Hello and welcome back to Try Hard Tuesdays. I'm your naturally flavored host, Troubadour, and I got a fun team for y'all today. In today's video, we are going once again into the standard customs arena, this time trying on a pet that honestly haven't used it in a hot minute. We're doing the Sea Serpent, and for those that don't know, Sea Serpent got a very needed nerf in the last balance patch. And I hadn't really used it since that happened. I was kind of, I was watching a Grounded Sap members only video where he used Sleipnir Sea Serpent. And I was like, I haven't used Sea Serpent in a hot minute. I wonder how good it still is. And spoilers, it is still very good. Definitely strong enough to be a tier 6, is definitely very good. It's not like, the most broken thing in the world like it used to be, but it's still very, very good. And we're gonna be showing that today. Now, for those who don't know, the balance change that happened. So originally, Sea Serpent, on Feint, it would spend double its mana and do a big snipe to like the most healthy enemy. They could target up to 3 enemies and do like a bajillion damage. It was insane. It always target the healthiest, and it was just like way too good. So now, whenever it feints, it instead deals its mana damage to the most healthy enemy and 1 other enemy. So it's not doing as much damage to each enemy, but it can target an extra enemy, which is nice, compared to before. So that's pretty sick. But the also other important change about it is it's not a feint pet per se. Instead, its text just says when this pet feints, yada yada, or something like that. Think of like how Tiger doesn't have any bold text on it, so it's technically a passive ability, something like a Tiger or a Nurikabe, that doesn't have a doesn't have bold text on it ability, which what that main thing means is that because it doesn't have a bold text ability, it's a passive ability. And Tiger does not work with passive abilities. So no one can use Tiger with Sea Serpent, which I think is a very fair change because Sea Serpent was already broken enough. You put a Tiger behind it, it was way too good. So that's the 2 nerfs it received. It does less snipe damage and it can't be used with Tiger, but it gets to do an extra target. So I hadn't really touched it since the update, like I said, but Grounded Sap inspired me, and here I am again running it. And so our whole idea here is we're gonna try and get a giant Sleipnir so that we can give a bunch of mana to like several Sea Serpents, and then just see what happens. Planning to do like a couple of the couple Sea Serpents, maybe with some chocolate cake, and then they'll get like 25 mana from the maxed out Sleipnir, and then they'll just go incredibly ham. So we'll see that later in the video. But for now, we're just kind of tempoing out, just doing some mana shenanigans, a little bit of brain cramp as well. We're almost running like half star, half unicorn. We're kind of doing a unicorn thing here, which is pretty funny with our mana team. We're also close to getting a level 3 Stork, which is pretty cool. Gonna go ahead and bring that in to save me money next turn for whenever I want to, whenever I want to level it up. And we get a gingerbread on the rock. So one nice thing about this pack I noticed when I was playing is having a rock and just other mana generators on the team is really nice, because your Sea Serpents are kind of useless until you get a lot of mana generation. So in the early game, you can do a, use a rock or whatever in the meantime. And then once you find the Sea Serpent, you can still get value out of it while you're scaling up your Sleipnir. Now we get lucky here. Find the cat. We'll stat up our Stork for a little bit just because it's pretty good. We'll keep it around for a little bit. I'm planning to sell out of pretty much every pet besides the cat on this team, but the Stork will definitely stick around a little longer than the rest of them. And hey, maybe I'll get a rock level with my fly trap here. Give me another level up trigger. Find a Sleipnir so I can start scaling that up instead. Also, dude, brain cramp, so freaking good. Dude, brain cramp is insane. I mean, I know weekly players are like, yeah, I've been telling you, Troubadour. Everyone knows it's broken, but it's like a tier 3 with Melon, just like the Ox. But Melon that early, no matter which pet it is, it's gonna be really good. Now we're gonna use the second cat here, get some stats on one of our cats since we're gonna keep it around a little bit. Might as well get a little bit of stats on it. I mean, it already is pretty darn good. We faced Blammer running their own Sleipnir, but they're using a, oh my gosh, dude, Stork into Platypus was crazy. That was so lucky. Oh, I didn't even realize we're like still on 5 hearts here. 8 wins. Now here's the thing, I'm about to do the big pivot, so it's time to sell out of everything. I sell those 2 so that my pretzel gets double value since everything will be above tier 4 or higher. And yeah, we're gonna start losing a few games while we build up the Sleipnir and while we find more Sea Serpents, but in the meantime, that's okay. We are getting crazy stats. So you can see the Sea Serpent there at level 1. It targeted 2 different enemies for 22 damage since it had 22 mana. It's only gonna go up from here. Gotta lose a few while I'm in the middle scaling up. But look at this, level 2 cat. We're already at a 3829, dude. Cat is crazy. 4233. We're gonna max out this Sleipnir next turn. That's crazy. Look at this, double 33 damage. Unfortunately, we hit the 2 pets that had protective equipment. Barely lose that one there, but we're doing all right. We still got 3 hearts. We're feeling pretty good at this point, just looking for Sleipnir levels, and I'm looking for more Sea Serpents. So there's a second one right there. So our rock will give them both mana, and our Sleipnir is currently only targeting the front pet because it's only level 1. We face a chicken scaling team with Hydra and Turkey. Do a lot of damage there, but not quite enough with the second one. Their Hydra heads and Turkey is going to be too much for me, and we take another loss. Now, like I said, this video is about the Sea Serpent. Yeah, I'm losing right now, but I haven't quite built up the Sea Serpents how I want it. But now we're going to start popping off. We have our max attack Sleipnir. We have 2 Sea Serpents. One of them is level 2. Face a snipe squad, so my first Sea Serpent does nothing, but the second one does a lot, and we barely lose. But let me tell you, we are not losing from this point onwards. This is going to get crazy. Look at that. 2 level 2 Sea Serpents, and we get Chocolate Cake on the front one with our max Sleipnir. Let's see what happens here. Oh my gosh, look at this thing. Look at that. It just killed the whole team in one attack, and the second one does a lot of damage too. Yeah, we're going to take that. That's pretty crazy. Really want the Sleipnir levels though. I want to give mana to both of these pets here, so gonna sell out of the rock, buy some oysters, and just look for some levels, please. There's another Sea Serpent, but I don't pick it up. I really just need another Sleipnir. There we go. And then now I really want 2 things. I really want to get the level 3 Sleipnir, and I really want to get a 3rd Sea Serpent. So I'm just going to keep rolling for a bit here. And in the meantime, I'll grab a melon because melon's really good. What do we face here on the last turn with our double Sea Serpent 50 attack? Look at that. It's almost all 50-50s. They have a giant gorilla, but look at all that damage. And all that damage again. And with our melon, we get the draw. Are you kidding me? How did I draw with that team? Sea Serpent is crazy. I don't know about you guys. I was not expecting to do that well against that team. We find another chocolate. We find our Sea Serpent. So maybe if we draw again, we can get the level 3 and target some more Sea Serpents. What do we face on this turn here? We face a summon team with Frostwolf, Monty. They got the mushroom on everything, but like, there's no way they're gonna stand up to that. Look at all that. All those 25 damage snipes completely destroy that summon team, and that's going to be Try Hard Tuesdays. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll have the pack in the description if anyone else wants to try this out. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all the generic stuff. I'll catch you guys in the next video, but until then, as always, stay true.